People, welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now today I'm going to talk about a group of people who, anytime people are talk about corruption and crime and the different people who make up a corruption network, they always seem to forget these individuals. So people talk about the corrupt police, people talk about the corrupt politician, people talk about the corrupt worker inside of the Chinese supermarket, but people keep forgetting this group of people. And I'm talking about corrupt members of Jamaica's banking society or banking industry. Now, I'm not talking about the high level of corruption we go on at the banking industry, because we know all of that go on. Things are even above my head, I couldn't even describe it, right? But I talk about the people who work on the front desk, some of those tellers, and the fact that a lot of them actually link with various criminal organizations in Jamaica. And they can give, not just can, but they do give gangs information on certain people. Before I go into that, people, look at your screen right now. You may remember the story I covered about the Jamaican who was caught in Haiti, and they catch him with how much herbs and Diet Coke. You remember in that video I was saying that them catch him with 64 tons of herbs. Well, one of my Haitian subscribers messaged me because they don't know we have subscribers from all over the world. People message me from Uganda and them place there, right? All over the world, people message me from Mozambique, right? I'm talking about not Jamaicans who live in Africa, and actual Africans actually are sitting and consume the content. But one of my Haitian subscribers messaged me and said, Sir P, I know it looks strange to you, but the figure you're looking at right now, that is not 64 tons in based on how Haitians write. That's actually 64 kilograms. And it scratched my head because I was like, that don't make no sense to me. No sense to me at all. People, look at your screen right now, right? Because today we're going to learn something about Haitian culture before we go into the little tiefling bank teller them at Jamaica. So look at your screen right now, people. Now, when I received the initial story, I looked on the screen and I saw 64,128.375 kg. Now, for me, and I would like to hope most people who are listening to this right now, especially if you're in Jamaica, that is 64,128.375 kilograms, right? Now, the Haitian subscriber told me that no, Sir P, in Haiti, that's how we would write 64 kilograms. People, I don't know. The subscriber was telling me that they use a different system and them take a piece side from this and a piece side from that. So I don't know. People, I always thought mathematics was universal and everybody do the same thing, but clearly that is not the case. But then when I looked on the picture of where them take from the man and the amount of ganja where they on the table, I then thought to myself, you know what, that is not 64 tons of ganja. That actually look like 64 kilograms of ganja. So people, there you go. I don't know if the person just didn't know how to explain it in English, but from what they were saying to me, that figure right there in Haiti, that's how they would write 64 kilograms. Now, just a little piece of, as they said, the more you know. Right, another Haitian subscriber can link me and maybe give me a bit of explanation, because even now it still don't make sense to me how that could be 64 kilograms. But anyway, people, moving forward. Bank teller them at Jamaica. People, understand this. Just like how the police and the politicians and even the church and the schools and all this corruption is rampant everywhere, don't think that the banking sector is any different. People, there are criminal elements working in these banks. People on the front desk with access to people's information, and they are sharing this information with criminals. I'm not talking about something I think, I'm talking about something that I know. Right? Now I'm going to give you a real life story right now without giving any names and giving enough details to where even the person who it happened to could probably trace back and figure out what talk. Right? Now, although enough people did something to steal. Now, there is this Jamaican who now live a foreign, that for run away. He had to run away because in the live one place that was infested with a very dangerous gang. And that gang were making demands to him. See, him did live in the ghetto in the people, but him have a bag of money. We're talking hundreds, couple hundred million, well, right? And the money was in Jamaican currency as well. But him is still living at the ghetto. See, he was playing the whole blending in with the crowd and not trying to stand out. So he thought he was safe. Until one day, somebody, one of the gang members, came to him and said, listen, you need to start giving X amount of this and Y amount of that. He said he immediately jumped up and played the but I'm a poor man in the ghetto, I won't forget them kind of money they're from. He said the gang member laughed when him tell him that. He said the gang member could not only tell him how much accounts he had in that, because this happened at one particular bank, people. He said the gang member could not only tell him how much accounts he had, but they told him the exact figure. He said the gang member tell him, so for example, the figure was 100 million, 52.35, whatever. He said the gang member break it down exact amount. How did he know that? Him say him nearly dropped down. Because even his girl who lived in his house did not know him have the money, at least them kind of money there. She did not know. He might tell nobody at all. So he said it wasn't a case where he might think to himself, no, somebody sell me out. Nobody knew except him and the bank. Only to find out that this gang had somebody inside the bank who them could just call and give the person name, right? And they would go into the system and dig up the person and can give back the gang all the information they need. People, I know this sound extraordinary. People are good. But I think bank is safe and no way can safe for Jamaica people. No way can safe. Right? Corruption can penetrate anywhere. Even these same bank tellers. A lot of them have actually helped set up some of their customers to get robbed. See, people who usually come make large payments, right, at a certain amount of time, the same teller them sit down in these banks, see certain payments come through, and then pass the information back to them thieving friend them. Say, listen, every Monday, about 5:30, this brother come drop off 600,000, or this brother come withdraw 600,000. Right? Him look like this, him have a mark up on him face, and them set it up so that these men just run in by you and take the things. People, this is not a one-off. This is not a case of, oh, it's just an anomaly or 1 in a million. People, these things happen all over Jamaica. All over Jamaica, right? And for some reason, we don't really hear anybody talking about it. And I know a lot of people know about the robbery one where them set up man to get robbed. People know about that. But a lot of people don't know that gangs actually do research from people who them know about in their communities, who them can extort, to try to figure out how much money them have, right? And when you tell them, say, listen, I don't have money, you know, so boy, I just try a little thing and nothing I want to me. Once them find out which bank it is, and them can get them links to the bank there, all them need is a name and file run, and them get the exact amount of money, and them can come back to you and finish it off. People, this whole banking thing was actually played a role in the same killing surrounding this Dan Youth Waldy. See, when somebody who worked in the banking industry told me this, I tell them say nothing can go. So this is before I find out about the person who tell me say the gang find out how much money he makes. So I heard this story before that one. Right. The first time I ever heard of it was during when them kill the Dan named Waldy. When somebody in the banking industry, and the story later confirmed by police, said when them did a pressure the father, that is the first youth that died, Ramdale, when they were trying to pressure his father for money, they were able to use them links in the bank to figure out and to know how much money the father had in his account. So the father couldn't even lie to them. They knew exactly how much money this father, the senior Ramda, who also ended up losing his life, had in his account. That was because they had people inside the bank. The first time somebody told me that, I tell them so nothing can go so. Again, people, this is before find out about what really like one. Right? Because remember, there's some things people might have said, Sir P, you never believe certain. Listen, people, understand. You're used to hearing certain things, right? You're used to hearing say police are thief. You're used to hearing say security forces mix up in this and lawyer mix up in this, politician mix up in this. There are some people who you constantly hear mix up in that things. You constantly hear say taxi man drive like madman. There are some people who just constantly have this image and reputation in their mind. So when you hear say, for example, if you hear say they catch one police I try extort to a man for money to beat that charger, you wouldn't be surprised. But the first time I heard that there were people in the banking industry that were giving criminals people's details and the amount of money them have in them account, so the criminals then can go back and page the same people them and get XY from them. I never believe it. I almost never believe it wasn't like I was telling the person I lied them and tell. I was just shocked. I was like, no sir, something can go so. So then when somebody else now come to me and tell me, say, listen, I had to run away from Jamaica. Because me live in a place and bad man come to me and tell me say them want X, Y and Z from me. I'm telling them say me not have it. And they were able to tell me exactly how much money me have in my account. Down to the decimal point them. Down to the cents them. Right. People, Jamaica is a serious place. You have to be careful. Anywhere you go. Could a church, could a bank, anywhere you go, people. Anywhere you go. Keep your third eye open. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment, and share the video. Bless.